Meanwhile, House Speaker Mike Johnson sending Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer a letter yesterday informing him that House impeachment managers will send the articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to the Senate on April 10th. Johnson urging Schumer to hold a trial, quote, expeditiously, as a massive caravan of at least 2,000 migrants is expected to arrive in El Paso, Texas, in the coming days. Joining me right now is National Border Patrol Council Vice President and Border Patrol Agent Art Del Cueto. Art, thanks very much for being here today. We so appreciate it. Another caravan on the way. How has the border changed since we've spoken last?
It continues to be chaotic. And look, people need to understand, when you see this caravan that's coming up to our nation's borders, it's not necessarily going to be the entire caravan that's going to cross at that one area. Because what happens is the drug cartels, which we've been saying for quite some time, they control where the groups are going to cross. So the drug cartels will strategically split this caravan apart, and then they're going to determine where these groups are going to cross. And it's going to be strategically so they can further continue to bring drugs into the country. That's the way it's been done. That's the way it continues to be done. And again, this administration does nothing to stop it.
So how is that managed? In other words, the drug cartels organize these caravans of people, and then they decide who goes where in terms of the entries, whether Texas or even different areas of Texas or perhaps Arizona. How does that work?
That's exactly how it works. So the human smuggling organizations, they make the deals with the drug cartels, and then the drug cartel leadership is going to determine where they're going to cross it, depending on where the drugs are and what drugs they need to cross. So that's obviously how they continue, because they realize when they do this, the majority of the agents, they're going to be distracted. They're going to have to move to one area so they can handle the migrants coming in. That leaves a lot of other gaps open. That's why you're getting, over close to 2 million gotaways. Is what they believe they have under this administration. Those are the people that, they're going that extra step not to be apprehended or even be detected.
That is unbelievable. And these drug cartels are making billions in the process. In a New York Post interview, Border Patrol Union President Brandon Judd warns that the, quote, Biden administration is flying migrants into the U.S. so that the border doesn't look as out of control as it actually is. He said he's expecting an amnesty program in the future to accommodate the millions of people who've already come into the country since the president took office in January 2021. Your thoughts on that, and how often are you seeing flights coming that the Biden administration is now flying migrants in? Do you agree that they're doing so that the border doesn't look overwhelmed?
Well, it's a way to play with the numbers. It's the way that people look at it and say the numbers are down, and that's why they continue to do this. It's the same as me talking about the gotaways. They don't really know how many gotaways. As I said, they'll flood one area. That's where the majority of the concentration of agents will be. And in other areas, that's where they take advantage to bring the drugs, but also gotaways. But there's nobody there to count the gotaways. So even that number is just an imaginary number. This administration can make up any number they want realistically because there's nothing factual to show how many there are. This administration ran their entire campaign on Build Back Better. I think right now we just need them to put everything back where they found